What's up, fellas? I'm not the expert. Welcome back to the Connected Franchise Mode Experiments. So I've heard people say in the past that Ezekiel Elliott, is he really that good, or is he carried by that amazing Cowboys offensive line? Now, personally, I do not care. I think he's a good player. He's on my fantasy team. But the Eagles fan inside of me wants me to say that Ezekiel Elliott is garbage and that he is definitely carried by that offensive line. Well, this experiment will answer that for us today. So what we have set up is basically every team in the league has now basically a Cowboys offensive line, 99 across the board. And hopefully what we can get out of this is we're going to see not only is Ezekiel Elliott great, but who in the league is going to rise above the rest, who's going to have the most rushing yards, and I guess the most passing yards, because those guys block for that too. Is it going to be like a guy like Jordan Howard who's constantly overlooked? Or maybe is it going to be some guy you completely forgot even existed, like Robert Kelly, for instance? Yeah, but other than that, this is a very simple experiment, so let's go ahead and skip to the end of the season and see who comes out on top.
Later.
Okie dokie, so we made it to the end of the simulation. Looks like the Cowboys didn't make the playoffs because they signed a bunch of practice squad players. Zeke went up 5 overall points, holy moly. They finished 9-7, but they did not make the playoffs. The Giants had the better division record, so they ended up taking it. Taking a look at the rest of the NFL, Falcons were 13-3, Titans 12-4. Looks like there's a lot of very, very even teams out here. Alright, this is what I was really looking forward to though. Who is leading the league in rushing yards right here? My goodness, everybody went off. Look how many 1,000-yard rushers there are. Dude, I think every team in the league had a 1,000-yard rusher. Devonta Freeman, 1,569 yards. I don't see Zeke anywhere on here. Nope, he's like 14th on this list. So it looks like that offensive line is definitely carrying him a little bit. We go to touchdowns. Le'Veon Bell had 25. That's got to be a record or at least close to it. How much did it affect the passing offenses though? So, oh my goodness, it definitely helped. Aaron Rodgers almost 6,000 passing yards. 52 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. And it doesn't stop there. I think there's like 10 total quarterbacks with over 5,000 passing yards. Phillip Rivers had 54 touchdowns. Mitch Trubisky went and threw more interceptions than he did touchdowns. Come on, man. What are you doing? It appears even the offensive line helped the kick return stats. Jakeem Grant had 3 touchdowns. So did Danny Woodhead. I mean, this is significantly more than I see in a typical franchise. Usually you get like one guy with 2. Like legit, I think there's like 15 plus guys with a kick return touchdown in this league. This is ridiculous. Dude, look how many people are on the records list just from this one simulation. Aaron Rodgers at the top with 5,900. Then you got Dak Prescott. And then you scroll down, you got like 3 or 4 more guys. To be honest with you guys, I was kind of hoping that some running back in this league would go off and like break some sort of rushing yardage record. But no one even made the list. Okay, so Le'Veon Bell was 5th on the rushing touchdowns in one season list. Going into this, I thought the offensive line would affect the rushing game more, but at least from this one Madden simulation, it appears that the passing offense is the thing that is most upgraded by having a maxed out offensive line. And it's not even close. Wasn't expecting that though. Marcus Mariota takes the NFL MVP in this league. He also won AFC Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year was Ryan Shazier. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Deshaun Watson. He gets that quite a bit. Quincy Wilson was Defensive Rookie of the Year for the AFC. Best quarterback, Phillip Rivers with those 54 touchdowns. That was an insane season for him. Le'Veon Bell with 25 touchdowns definitely gets you best running back. Best wide receiver, Antonio Brown. Best offensive line. Nearly the entire Titans offensive line got it. Oh my goodness, I've never seen such domination like that. Wow. Offensive Player of the Year for the NFC was Aaron Rodgers. Defensive Player of the Year, Deion Jones. Offensive Rookie, Mitch Trubisky, which is weird to me. He threw like 29 interceptions. I don't know. Whatever. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jared Davis. Best quarterback, Matt Ryan. Best running back, Devonta Freeman. He had the most rushing yards in the league, so that's fair. OBJ took best wide receiver. Offensive line, it's a very similar thing to the AFC. Falcons have a lot of guys in this top list. Defensive line, Grady Jarrett for the Falcons. Luke Kuechly takes best linebacker. Best defensive back, Anthony Brown. Best kicker, Matt Bryant. Not that anyone really cares. Looking at the team stats, it's 100% noticeable that the offensive lines definitely upgraded every single team. Just to put it in perspective, the lowest scoring team in the simulation was the Chicago Bears at 23.5 points per game. Last season in the real life NFL, the lowest scoring team was the Rams at 14 points per game. And the highest scoring team, 36.7 for the Falcons. And in real life, it was also the Falcons at 34.1 points per game. Clearly, at least compared to the regular NFL, every team was boosted up in terms of production on the offensive side of the ball. You would certainly hope so with a 99 overall offensive line. So it's nice to know Madden gives the offensive linemen a little bit of respect. I was hoping for even more yardage and stuff like that, but I'm not going to argue with the results that we have in front of us. Now we could go into a game and see what this gameplay is like with a 99 overall offensive line, but I think that would be kind of boring. It would just be like not getting sacked and maybe a bunch of rushing yards or something like that. So I'll skip that for this video. Alright, so I simulated to the Super Bowl. Looks like the Pittsburgh Steelers won it against the New York Giants. Okay. So it looks like the Giants actually had an offensive line in real life. They'd be in the dang Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl, Big Ben threw for 256 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Le'Veon Bell, 20 rushes for 107 yards. And receiving the ball, of course, Antonio Brown went off. That's pretty much all I have for this video, but if you guys have any other suggestions for types of videos like this that I should do in the future, let me know in the comments below. Besides that, guys, I certainly hope you did enjoy this video. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. You're all legends in my book, and as for me, I am Drew Morris, big old Drewski, not the expert. And I'll see all you fellas in my next video. Peace. I have managed to go and sign every single quarterback in the league. And when I say every quarterback, I mean every quarterback. We have everyone from Brady to dang butt fumble on this team, guys. See, we have Brady at the top. We sort down all the way down to the lowest rated guy at 56 overall. I'm scrolling.